Switch my phone.
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in, she just made a big.
Commanders Field holds a little more than 80,000, and they have come out in droves here in Landover, Maryland. Here's Austin Seibert now to get this one started, and off we go.
Yeah, JD was talking hella shit.
From a yard or two deep.
Soon the game started, he was coming on top to gangster.
This drive will start at the 25-yard line.
He was talking big shit, man, though. Made that nigga quit early. Cali the guy. Yeah, on. Oh man, it's this guy. Sick to hell, nigga.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
Oh God.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Gotta make that tackle, my boy.
19 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Play action. Now Williams. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 33 and a first. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level, and now you've got a big place to run the football.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The 22 more yards.
All they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Daniels looking to throw. And he's got it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown from opening touchdown. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Williams. Eluding the press, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now 3rd down and very long. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw is Williams. And he will find Scott on the right side complete. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To the air, Williams. He's got Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back to the running game with Swift. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the 20, here's second down at a yard. Working out of the gun, Williams. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Keenan Allen, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series that helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
I can crack that bill if you just keep smoking.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Daniels from the gun on third down. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know what. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Second and 10. To throw, it's Williams. This will be caught downfield by Moore. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
To throw, Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Williams. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, my man was open. I was scared to throw that shit.
I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
I was scared to throw it. I should have
After
just
the
tossed that.
incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Come on. Hit. Warriors 70. Rig alert.
To the air goes Daniels.
Really?
Turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Williams escaping the pressure right.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, touchdown. Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Cup 19! Cup 19! Ready?
A final shot before break. Daniels. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Down the left sideline. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Get it!
To throw is Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
19 Dodger, 19 Dodger.
Now a handoff to Rodriguez. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Let's go now. Gotta be lying.
Here's Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Throwing now is Daniels. Zacchaeus here, hauling it in. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Just what they needed a lecture from me, but
play for you,
is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Now Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On fourth down, here's Daniels. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Bears will take over here just shy of the 30.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
First up, blitz.
In evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
Hadn't been a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a give right side Swift. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
In motion goes the tight end. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Swift going to try up the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position. And obviously, a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and blow up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what you're really playing for. As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Forced out to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Caleb Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, start.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 70 yards. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Third and 8. Throwing is Williams. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one